Well, hey friends, thanks for joining us today on this is episode 12 of our Cutting Room Floor podcast. My name is Clay, and we're going to sit and talk about all the things that didn't go into the Sunday message. And so I have with me Christian Nichols. Good to have you hanging out here. There might be, I think, just a tad bit of preschool noise that happens.
Yeah, I'm actually in my office. So some people don't know that I have an office at Next Level. And
which
but
happens
typically
to be right where they're
home.
doing chapel, which is
Right, yeah, and they're out there. I don't know what Christian rapper they've got going on in there, but it's bass heavy. It reminds me of my Ford Ranger that I had 12s in,
there you go.
and I had to sit up on the steering wheel because it was a single cab, but I had 12s behind the seat. Those were some good days. Now I can't hear, I'm half deaf because of it, but
I am with you. And my office backs up to the preschool and it's pounding in there. But also I had an 89 CRX SI that I had to set, dude. So I had two 18s in the back. I had two 10s that then faced out, and then I had all the mids and tweeters and highs, tweeters, and I took my car to.
People don't know what those are. They're like tweeters. Does he mean that social media platform?
Yeah. Wait, that's why I said twitters. Like, wait, no,
that's
tweeters.
That's X now.
But yeah, I took my car to sound offs and won a few of them. I've got some medals and ribbons and things around here, but because of that, my hearing's been damaged.
Well, in my BC days, I actually went to your neck of the woods originally, Atlanta. One time, I went to a little gathering called Freaknik.
Oh yeah, Freaknik, big. I mean, I don't know if they do it anymore, but that was huge.
No. It's outlawed now. I don't think you can. But there were car show. It sounds horrible, which there were horrible things about it. But the reason why I would go is because I was in a mini truck club, and so we would all take our Rangers over there.
Yeah, I had a friend that had the lowered, because it was all about everything now is like doing all this tipping thing, but he had a lowered Ranger, and then he had detached the bed and put a mechanical thing, and so he could tip the bed left and right.
Yeah.
Or back. And so if you were having a party or whatever, he could kind of aim the sound, so to speak, at you.
Gosh, I loved it. We were so cool.
Yeah, we thought we were. Now all our hearing is damaged.
And now when I hear these big old, these 4-cylinders that they think they're V8s roar through the neighborhood with their bass going. I'm like that old guy out, getting to stay off my grass guy. And I wish those kids would turn that down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh gosh, I sound like my father. But yeah, man, so music, music is powerful too. Like, I love the fact these kids are dancing around, having a good time. You and I both spent some time, which, by the way, shout out to the Next Level fam for stepping up big time. And we've been challenged on these last few weeks about volunteering and using their gifts, and so shout out to everybody who filled out a card and are willing to jump in. We're going to be doing that. But one of the things that you and I discovered was we both spent a Sunday in Kidsman last month. And dude, they have a lot of fun. Man, they have a lot of fun. It's I mean, no wonder Jesus said, you need to probably be more like a kid. You know what I mean? Like he knew something about that. But they have a good time.
Yeah, they do.
And
I think I'm on the schedule again.
They get suckers
coming up.
They get suckers at the end.
Yeah.
When they walk out the door, which I think, by the way, that's brilliant. Grace, shout out Grace, our kids pastor. So
if you're in the preschool building, I don't know when I'm on the schedule, but I'm on the schedule again, and I get to hand out suckers. We do some. I think we do something.
I don't think they do
I
suckers.
I don't remember what we do in the Littles building.
Maybe. I don't know.
but I do lots of fist bumps and high fives. I know I. Yeah, so
Oh yeah, yeah. They get fired up. Of course, I'm the funny one, so
yeah,
that's my label. I'm the funny one. I don't even know how to feel about that, honestly. Like I kind of appreciate it because I use humor because of my PTSD. Humor is my way of dealing with all the trauma I've lived through. And so I don't know if it's a good thing or not to be funny. That's just the way I am. I'm just funny. And so but if the kids pick up on it and love it, hey,
right.
I'm all for it. I'll be the funny one. Although I would rather be like the good looking one or, you know, I don't know. But I'll take funny.
Yeah, and I don't know about good looking or anything, but looking made me think. So like we didn't have a podcast last week because I was having a massive cataract that I've had started developing when I got hit in the eye with a sword. That's a whole other story for another time. It cut through my eyelid, it cut through my eyeball, so this high, and so I was having the cataract removed, and then I don't want to make people squeamish, but like, so they remove your lens. They have to put a mechanical lens back on it. So all that was going on. Like, I couldn't see. They didn't want me staring at screens or anything. So now, I can see clearly. I literally have not been able to see anything other than like periphery things moving around out of the eye for 40 years. And now I can like read text and
There you go.
my brain is flipping out. Everything looks like it went from standard definition TV to 4K. It's a little overwhelming. So,
Isn't it amazing what they can do? Like, it's
insane.
crazy to me that they can go in and take the lens off your eyeball and put a new one in. That's crazy.
And so that's one eye, and then the other eye, when they do that one, what the lens they're suggesting, should I go in and do it, is even wilder in that when they put it in, they can continue to make readjustments to it at any point just using light. So the way she was describing it is like, well, if you want to dial in being able to read really, really fine print or something, with that one, we can dial that in or wherever you want to be able to focus. These are multifocal lenses, but they can, with light, they can just dial it in so you can get really, really crisp vision. I think
crazy.
the bonus for this, and if my eye twitches, guys, I still got a little bit of feels like there's a hair in my eye. But if
That's irritating. Good night.
If the bonus to this is, and maybe some of you have had this surgery, so your vision never deteriorates because it's
Yeah. I mean, you got a bionic eye.
Yeah, it's a mechanical lens. Now, if you get,
The
she said,
$6 million man.
sort of macular disease or something, that's different. But as far as like normal aging process, no, your eyes won't. They will be like, the vision in this eye will be what it is for the rest of my life, which is kind of cool because I hate glasses.
That's awesome.
I couldn't stand wearing glasses.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I can't. Listen. Me and you and I talked about this when you were saying that your brain's having to figure out what it's seeing now because it's been seeing so differently, and that's the reason why I wear glasses. There's nothing wrong with my eyes. My vision is fine. It's the way that my brain reads what I'm seeing. And so after my head injury, they put me in. They're not not trifocals, but they're progressive bifocals.
yeah,
And it's really just to make my eyes rest. It's not about seeing. It's just to keep my eyes from stressing. But again, like I think about, it's just amazing to me, the human body, the way God created us. By the way, Miss Emily, some people don't know this, but Miss Emily did those. I mean, she wasn't the surgeon; she was the nurse in the room. But she did those surgeries like you had on your eye.
yeah.
She says it's cool as all get out to watch.
She
And
was
I'm
a big
like, I
help
can't.
to answer
I can't do it.
all of my questions.
It's having something come at your eye and you just looking at it and
well,
I can't do
what
it.
they did not explain to me, because they had said, hey, anesthesia is involved, which I assumed. But like right before I go into surgery, I was asking questions, hey, am I, going to be out like propofol or whatever? That's what I was
Yeah.
expecting. No.
Mm.
They were like, no, we just
I
give you
just
something to make you really super relaxed. And of course your eye is numb. And so I'm going to see and be aware of all of it. And they're like, yeah, about half people don't remember. I'm like, okay. And I'm the half that remember. I remember everything that happened.
oh gosh.
And
I
mine was,
hate that. When you go into the eye doctor just for like your regular routine eye exam and they puff that little thing of air in your eye, that freaks me out so bad. I can't imagine having a needle or a blade or
I,
something coming at my eyeball.
I guess I was super relaxed for it, but I mean, I saw it all. And normally this procedure, if you're going in, if you guys are going in, even for a cataract lens replacement, just straight up lens replacement, it's quick, but a cataract removal is typically 10 minutes. Mine was 50. And
Cool.
so I had this really high up specialist in the particular practice I was at because of the eye injury and everybody was afraid of it. And we don't know what we're going to do. It's the longest cataract surgery she's ever been in. I mean, it's 50 minutes. It was a long, and I remember it all. And yeah, I'm not going to get into details because it is really wild looking through your eyeball after they remove your lens. Let's just say that, like in between them putting a new lens on, because you have no choice. I mean, your eyes like, they're
Right.
holding it open. Yeah, it's crazy.
Did it
So
look like, in the cartoons when they would take their eyeballs and like their eyelids, and they'd tape them up or they put sticks in there like the cartoons?
yeah, I think it was some device just like that.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to spiritual gifts here. Cause
Well, before
now
we
my
do
eye's
that,
itching.
like I just want to say to anyone who was a part of our small group experience on Sunday night, thanks for coming out, and just to let everyone
It was
else
awesome.
watching us know, that was an amazing experience. And if you want to know, I mean, how much like a small group is it? We had someone come up and comment, hey, I really wasn't sure. I thought this was going to be more of like leadership development kind of stuff. And like you guys actually created a small group. Like it felt like a small group. Like, yeah. So I know you put it all together, Christian. So thanks for that. And
Oh man, it was so much fun. I think one of the things that I've missed, and we've talked about my journey of being a pastor for a long time, and then stepping away to do other things, but still being working in my calling and my giftedness. But one of the things that I've really missed about church work is team, right? Like community, like building a business when you're building your business by yourself is just not fun, in so many ways. And so I'll just be honest, for me, now I told you this and I kind of told everybody when we opened, me teaching it's different than when I'm preaching on stage. Like I'm different in that. And there's a different approach to that. But at the same time, man, it's so fulfilling to be with a group and to be surrounded by people. And if you've ever in your life said, I really need to be around some people in this whole Christian thing, like how do I walk with Jesus? How do I look more like Jesus? How do I continue to grow? Um, you, you need to dive into the small group experience. I'm telling you, you'll find it there. It's there. God's doing something cool in it.
yeah, absolutely. And if you're like, okay, guys, how do I do it? I mean, just go to our website. I'll put the thing. Go to nextlevelchurch.org/events. You'll see small group experience. Just let us know you're coming. There's a button there. You give us some information. You'll get all the reminders that groups coming up and all that kind of stuff. But just let us know you're coming, so that we have enough tables for everybody who wants to have that.
We were full. We were packed.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Packed, man.
And we're actually moving into a bigger room. So we got more space for you.
Yeah.
We're moving over into the lobby. So come hang out with us. And Sunday, 6:30 to 8. and Christian did a really good job. 8 o'clock, it was over, and you can go home or go about your day or go hang out with the friends from your table, whatever you want to do. So just wanted to be
Yeah,
able to call that because
grab a
that was
cold
a great
drink and talk
opportunity.
about what you learned.
Yeah, yeah. So, before we get into talking about spiritual gifts and all that kind of stuff, shout out to your son, your boy. It
Yeah,
was
we kicked
opening
off
day
baseball season.
for baseball this week. So
Yep, yep, and for your daughter in college softball,
yeah, yeah, it
both
was,
opening days.
opening week. This was the home opener. As of this recording, for me, it was last night, and your game was, I mean, yesterday, and then your game was
Mhm.
yesterday as well. So
Yeah, and hey, can I tell you, froze to death, froze to death. I really and truly thought to myself, I've been time warped back to Indiana. Like we're at opening day in Indiana, and I need me one of those little plastic huts that
yeah, that sit
parents
over the
had.
chair, and somebody has a little
Yeah,
heater inside that little thing.
it's a
Yes.
clear, it's like a clear tent
Hmm.
that just goes around your chair, your baseball chair. It has heater in
Yep.
it, and they probably got a refrigerator or a cooler, or you
Yeah, I
probably put
thought
a
about.
coffee maker in there. And I don't know. We didn't get in that deep, but
Yeah, I saw those first thing. Logan was she was still in high school doing these camps at different colleges, and we were at I think it was at Methodist University, and I saw a bunch of people with those. I'm like, ooh, that's smart. That's
yeah,
smart.
oh, it's brilliant. But
But yeah,
should we be playing baseball when it's that cold? No, we should not be. There should be weather that's, again, I'm
no,
filing a grievance. I'm filing a grievance with you, Clay, for telling me how warm it was going to be when I moved here, and now it's cold.
well, wait till Sunday. Sunday's gonna be 70, and
I know.
I can
I know.
and I can tell you this right
Oh
now.
gosh.
It ain't this warm in Indianapolis, Indiana, right, or Fort Wayne, Indiana, right now.
No, it is not. Miss Emily, as of this recording, she flew out last night right after the baseball game because our grandson, Mr. FPJ himself, turns 1 year old tomorrow.
Nice.
And so she's up there for the birthday celebration, and she's going to FaceTime me in, which is going to be, that'll be fun. But I had to stay here and hold down the baseball fort for Roe. Roe played outfield yesterday, which is that's not really his position. He's a pitcher and a catcher. But we had two seniors pitching, and there's a junior. He's a sophomore. There's a junior who's a good catcher as well, so he backs him up.
Hmm.
But he's going to get in. He will. He's in the pitching rotation, so he may pitch Monday. They got a game Monday, but he'll for sure pitch in the next week or two. So he's throwing in the low 70s pretty consistently as a sophomore. I'm pretty impressed with that. He's worked hard, but I love. I think you and this will resonate. I think this will resonate with people who are watching this and listening. Isn't it just good when you see people do what they love?
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Like you can see the difference when someone's just going through the motions, and then you see somebody do something that they love. Like
Yep.
your daughter plays college softball. You don't go play college softball if you don't love it, because
Yeah, it is
it's
work,
hard.
man. It's work.
It's hard. It's hard work to do that. Like I played college football. I know it's hard work. You got to love the sport to do it at any level like that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not mom and dad making you sign up and play at that point. Like it's you. And so watching people, and that's what when I said gave shout outs earlier. There's one particular person who filled out a card, and I'll be honest with you. And if I said the name, you know this person very well. But when I saw this person's name sign up for Student Men, dude, I got so excited because I can see them like in my mind's eye. I can see them just thriving in that. And and when you do that, and I think this is what you were like. You ended the series, right? I kicked it off. You ended it, and what you said this past Sunday was is brilliant in the fact that what happens when you don't use your gift?
Yeah.
People suffer.
Yeah.
Not only do you suffer because you're not fulfilling what you're meant to do, but just imagine if your daughter just said 5 years ago, "I don't want to play softball anymore. I'm done." Okay, well, you'd support her, you'd do that, but inside you, you'd be like, "Gosh, but you're so good at it. I'd really loved watching you do it. It brought me joy to
Um,
do that." I'm not talking about weird vicarious parents who think, the major leagues are there at the little league game every week. That's just bizarre. But I'm talking about this when you see somebody thriving in an environment that they enjoy, it brings you so much fulfillment, and I think that was kind of the point of what you were getting at, was like, when you use your gifts and talents for the kingdom in a local, community that we call a church, magical things happen, like incredible things happen. But the inverse of that is if you don't, bad things happen, right? Like things don't get fulfilled. You don't get fulfilled. People don't get served.
yeah, and when I think about it in a church setting, sometimes we take for granted there are people using their gifts every Sunday,
Yeah.
and you don't think about it so much. Like, oh, that person, on the first impressions team, man, this is really good at making people feel welcome, and that's a lot of what happens over in all of those spaces. Coffee, any of them, they're not just handing you a cup of coffee. They're there to help you feel welcome, and on and on it goes, into kids ministry. But the obvious ones, people see it and they may not even think about it. But every person in that band, say on that stage, is sharing their gift. And if they didn't, we are the ones who suffer. And
Mhm.
if I could say this politely, there have been churches and places where good, talented people did not share their gifts with our
Mhm.
church, and we, as a congregation of people, let's just say, we suffer.
Mhm.
I've described bad worship to people before as like, well, what's it like? I said, well, if you can take like a pillowcase and put two cats in the pillowcase, throw water in there and shake it. Whatever sound that comes out of that pillowcase, that's kind of what that worship sounded like. Like, so when
It's
I
like the
know,
5th Sunday. You remember the 5th Sunday night singing?
oh
Did you
Lord,
did y'all have that in the Pentecostal world?
yeah, yeah,
I remember it.
where
We
you
have
pick
our
a
little
song,
Southern Baptist church, and look, they're hey, sweet people, love them.
yeah.
My goodness,
Dude, I
but they
remember,
should
I
not.
won't say
They
her
should not
name.
have had a microphone. They should not have had a
Yeah.
microphone.
We had this
That did
lady
not
in the
need to
church
happen.
that I grew up in, and I definitely won't say her name because I know I've got friends from that church that follow me. But um, there was a lady, and she would sing and play guitar. Her voice and things, it was all right. Really basic guitar. She just made up songs, and I, I promise you, I think she just made it up on the spot, and it was awful. I mean, it was
Yeah.
awful, and I'm sitting here. I don't. I mean, I was a kid, so I didn't think in these mentality back then. But if I had, I'm
Right. Yeah.
sitting here thinking, like, would I invite anyone into this? Like, this is
Yeah.
embarrassing. This is
Yeah.
so. Yes,
And
we
you,
we all had
what's
embarrassing, or that person would
interesting,
get up and sing the special song, and they can't
oh,
sing, and it was
and
terrible.
it was special,
Oh,
and it was
special.
special. And look, I know we have, and I love this. I love this about Next Level. We have a lot of people who have either zero church background, right? They have no spiritual heritage,
Yeah,
or they had really dysfunctional, traumatic experiences.
yeah,
And so they're coming back to church. So it's interesting that when we talk about some of these things, there's a pretty, I would say, large segment of our church family who would have no idea about these rhythms, right? Like they
no,
would not understand Fifth Sunday night singing or, whatever. Um, but what is cool, and this is kind of back to what you said a moment ago, there are people that shouldn't do some things that do them, and that is not as harmful as when people should be doing something and they don't.
exactly. Because if you think about it, the reason someone is doing something they shouldn't be doing it is because you, the person who's gifted in that area, didn't do
Yeah.
it. And bravo to
Yeah,
someone who comes and
Sister Sally gets up and sings because somebody didn't.
yeah,
No
Like,
offense, no offense to any Sallies that are
right.
watching
And,
or
you know,
listening.
we can laugh about it, but bravo to somebody for picking it up. But the reason they picked it up is because someone who God called and gifted left
Mhm.
it lying there anyway. And
Yep. Yep.
that's,
You
there's
don't. Hey, you
so
don't
much
want me
truth.
singing.
Yeah.
If I walk out on stage with a microphone to sing, y'all need to just shut it down immediately. Don't
Uh,
let it happen.
You know what's funny? Most people at Next Level probably do not know. There was a point in my life where I led worship, which is
Yeah, I
wild
can see that.
to
I
think
could
of.
see. I could see you with a guitar and everything. Actually.
Dude, I did. I led with a guitar
Oh
at
yeah,
this
I love it.
very traditional church, a big, huge church. So I think we had like 3,000 people. We were on TV in Jacksonville back
Yeah.
when, you know, you would go live at whatever your time was, and you'd be on XYZ
Mhm.
channel. And
Did you wear a suit? You had a suit on?
yeah, we had to wear suits. So
Yeah.
here I am with well, Sunday morning I did not wear the guitar. Sunday morning I stood behind the giant wooden
Oh
pulpit,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, it's the size of a car,
Mhm.
and you know, with the little mic that, you know, kind of bent over and came. And then you would do band director things where you dum dum dum, you know, because
Mhm.
it was, that was very, very, very traditional hymns. We had a full orchestra. We had 110 people in the choir.
Oh baby.
It was the whole deal. And then Sunday nights, Wednesday nights, we had Friday night service, Saturday night service. It
Yeah. Then
was
you had revival. Then you had yeah.
yep. We had all of that, and then that was me in a suit, which was weird, and a guitar, and for whatever reason, the sound people wanted me to wear a headset mic, so I had the
Like
Garth
Garth
Brooks.
Brooks.
Oh yeah, I so many people are like
Oh
Garth
baby.
Brooks. I had a little headset mic that would come around, you know, and sit in front. And I'd play and sing and lead, and it was nuts.
I'm
I
gonna start a poll. Let's bring Pastor Clay back to the stage. Let's get the guitar out.
no. It, I,
Hey, look, you can
even
see the
though,
music sheet now.
well, look, if we get a little, I mean, it's funny to think about, but if you put it in a more serious context, um, so when I was hired by this church, I was hired as what we would call an executive pastor, and like 2 or 3 weeks into me being there, our worship guy had a nervous breakdown. I won't go into the
Oh my
details.
gosh.
I've told the story to people close to me, and in between the two services, so right before the service that goes live for the city on TV, in between, so before that service, he's yelling at the pastor. He throws his music at him, and he storms out the door. So pastor sees me because, you know, I'm looking, you know, what just went on. He's like, "Hell, you know, you said in your interview you lead worship." And I'm like, "Yeah, they're like 45 teenagers on a Wednesday night." Um, but here's the serious part is I had the ability and I
Right.
had the gifting, and I mean, it truly was up to me, and I could have just left it, and the church would have been in a really big pickle.
Mhm.
And so you step up, and that's what you do. Now, it's not my primary gifting, um, but I had some abilities there, and I had the availability. We've talked about that a lot. I had the availability to show up, so I did. And you know, you may be sitting and watching this, and you successfully sat through 3 or 4 weeks of a series where we are talking about the value of serving, the value of using your gifts and using your abilities, and you haven't done anything yet. I just, you cannot grow in the body of Christ. You can't grow in your faith without serving. You just can't. I mean, Jesus, many, many times, I mean, we can just go on and on about the number of times he either directly addressed it, indirectly addressed it, but he summed it all up when he told people, look, I didn't come to be served. I came to serve.
Mhm.
It's all summed up in that. If we are called to be like Jesus, which that's the definition of a Christian, little Christs, that's the definition of
Mhm.
a disciple of Jesus, is to be like him. How do you do that and not serve? I,
Yeah.
I, it's like, I don't know, I'm going to go an apprentice with a plumber, but I'm never going to do any plumbing. Well, what? How do you call yourself a plumber? Have you ever?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never, no, but I've read all the books.
And by the way, standing in your garage doesn't make you a Ferrari.
Right.
Same concept. Like, you got to do something, right? Like, you got to,
Yeah. Yeah.
for
And
all
so
my,
we say this without any guilt. It's not guilt. It's just a realization of
yeah,
you will be stuck until you begin to serve. And, many times in my life, and I've gone back and thought about it, every spiritual growth moment, they've had other kind of tertiary, not necessarily tertiary, some are big ingredients, but they've had other
Mhm.
things, many of them involving friends and friendship and relationships, but they've all involved serving. That's when I
Mm,
grow. I don't grow
yeah.
without expanding into some arena and serving. It just,
I think serving is the second greatest factor to growth. You know what the first one is? Suffering.
well, yeah, yeah.
Which one would you rather?
Yeah,
Right? Like, choose your hard.
yeah.
Choose your hard.
Choose your art. I
Do you
love
want to
those. Choose your
suffer
art.
and grow?
Yeah.
You want to suffer and grow, or do you want to serve and grow?
Yeah. I'd rather serve.
One of the two is going to happen. So,
Yeah.
and sometimes I guess both happen. But yeah, you're right. Like, you, and I think I said this. I don't know if I said it on the podcast or if I said it when I was preaching. Like, and you know this. Like, I've always been very clear uh, when I've talked about the last few years of my life, and I had no intention of doing the stuff I'm doing. Like, I was willing to. I told you from day one. I'm like, I'll help you. I'll help you do whatever you want me to help you do. I don't want a title. I don't want an office. I don't want, blah, 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 blah. And, but there's nothing else I can do. Like, it, like I said, Sunday night, I'm in that small group experience and I'm just surrounded by people trying to just figure out how to live this life and grow to be more like Jesus each day. And I love it. Like, I love it. I posted on social media Sunday, like, I need Sunday. I need these days. I need to be around people. I'm not, my greatest fear has always been being successful at things that don't matter.
Yeah.
And and uh I I quip, kind of funny talk about the difficulties of my life these last few years. And there has been, and this, the depth of it, of the struggles. And but man, I honestly, I'm not sure that I've ever felt as fulfilled in ministry as I do right now, other than my very early days. Like, when I was a youth pastor and shouldn't have been at 18 years old because I had no idea what I was doing. Um, like, it was pure back then. Like, I just did it because I really wanted to do it and it felt right. And that's kind of the way it is for me now. Does that make sense? Like, I love getting to serve because I have finally rediscovered that doing what God made me to do is fulfilling. Whatever that looks like, it's fulfilling. And if yours is to serving kids, man, then serve. Like, do it well. Isn't that what it said? If your gift is service, do it well. Serve people.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. Do it
and
well.
so, I and here's the other thing that I appreciate about Next Level. And I hope people don't think that we're just like trying to toot our own horn. I I know it's weird, but I still see myself as a person outside of Next Level, even though I'm not. I'm deeply rooted in Next Level, but I still, in my mind's eye, I'm looking at it objectively in so many ways. It's like, I don't think people understand that this is a place where you can fail and it's not final.
Yeah.
Like, we have a culture where it's like, if you're not trying stuff and failing, you're not trying. And so, will you for because people think, well, if I sign up to be in Kidsmen, I'm there till I die. Well,
No.
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 What if you're not good at it? What if you don't like it? What if it's not okay? Then talk to us and we'll find another place. There's certain people who are just gifted in some areas and some that aren't. And having the freedom at Next Level to kind of discover where you're not good, because sometimes that's how we discover what we're good at. is by trying to do things that we're not good at. And you've said that. You've said that dozens of times. And I love that. I love that about our church. I love that about our community. That okay, let's try it, and if it fails, we'll find another place for you to use your gifts. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
So you listen. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't do it. Just try something.
Yeah, and I next level, as you talked about, if you're here, you don't realize like the general makeup of people there. It is exactly what you said. It's either no faith background or had walked away for whatever the reason they walked away for some reason, and they're coming back. And then you throw in, a 10% of gone to church my whole life.
Right.
So if
And
you're,
by the way, we need everybody. Like we need all that.
yeah,
We absolutely,
yeah,
we need all that.
But I think part of sometimes even as pastors here, we forget that we know what we know and other people don't know what we know. So, because somebody like, why are you doing a series on this? Well, because of our makeup, and because of our makeup, the vast majority of people who are sitting in that room have no idea that it's not just, hey, I want to volunteer for my church. Like, no, this is like a spiritual growth thing. This, Jesus talks about these things. Paul talks about these things. And we have to educate people because they don't know. It's the same with any other big topics. I mean, giving at next level, let's just not hold back any secrets, is not at the level of what a similar sized traditional church would be. And I don't want to excuse it, that there's not an excuse, except I can explain it. Not everybody coming in understands the value of giving.
Right.
And that this is not, in God's eye, giving, be it your time, like we're talking about, be it your talent, your abilities, like we're talking about, or be it your treasure, your money. Giving is a non-negotiable when it comes to following God. So when it comes to our finances, in our church, like we have to educate people because they don't come in with a knowledge on that. And it's sometimes it is frustrating because I can look around at similar sized churches and their impact can be larger because they have more money, because they have people that understand giving. And that, for me, if you said, hey, Clay, what's one of your biggest frustrations? It's that. And it's not because, our church it's not like as pastors, we run around here like the righteous gemstones with, complexes and, and yeah, don't
hey, once again, you can come to next level and you can watch Righteous Gemstones. We don't judge you.
It would not be recommended. But like everybody knows.
Don't, I'm not saying. I'm just saying if you do, we don't judge you. That's all I'm saying.
But,
I'm not saying at
that's
all.
the impression that pastors talk about this, so they can go buy expensive cars and all that. You guys see how we live our life.
Here's the thing.
What we worry about is the impact. Our impact could be bigger. We could reach more people. We could do more for the kingdom with more money. And that I know that's the heartbeat. And I also know if you're watching and you're new, you're skeptical. I get it. Hang out with us long enough, you'll figure out, we care about impact. We would love to be able to have a bigger impact. And so, I mean, these things, again, they all come down to serving. And that whole attitude of serving makes it easier with other things. So if I can give my time and my talent, it does make it easier that I can give my money. And it's all of these things are preparing us for how the world really should operate when the kingdom of heaven is on earth. So let's just prep for it. That's all this is like, it's going to be this way. So why not go ahead and figure it out? It's kind of like, you're going to go travel to a country and you don't know much about the culture that's over there. I mean, you can just drop yourself in if you want. Or you can go, okay, what is that culture like? What language do they speak? I mean, I don't have to learn their language, but would it go easier if I did? Yeah. Do I need to understand how they operate? What their eating schedule is, what it's like to drive, like all these things. When we were consulting, when I had to consult, well, the consulting firm's still there. When I was a part of it, we had a contract with the government of Singapore. So we had to send some guys over there. Their laws are very strict about things that we like. If you chew gum and throw it on the ground, it is a flogging. So, we paid to train any of our consultants that were going over to Singapore because, hey, we don't want you to get yourself in trouble. The correlation I'm making is we do this in our regular life. We're going somewhere, so let's prepare for it. We are going to the kingdom of heaven. We move from this life to the next life. We operate under the paradigm of the kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
Why should we just not go ahead and prepare? And that's the way that Jesus teaches from. It's like, hey guys, this is just the way it is. Let's go ahead and teach you. The first will be last and the last will be first. You should be a servant. You shouldn't choose to be served. You should be generous with everything that you have, your money, your time, because in the next life, that's what it is. You should be loving because in the next life, in the next kingdom, it's all about God's love and how we love and treat each other. But that's why. And sometimes we need to educate just because of our demographic as a church.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think we have been so, I would say, inoculated by this thought that the goal is heaven, right? Like the goal is to not go to the bad place and let's go to the good place. And number one, Jesus doesn't talk about that. I mean, he just doesn't. That's not the way he frames.
That is not the way he frames up what we call heaven.
And that's not what Paul taught. It's not what John taught, even in the Revelation. That's not what he teaches. The heavens will be made new, the new heaven and the new earth. Our goal is eternity, not heaven. Yeah. Now, this will blow people's minds. If you've been around us enough to know how we see cosmic geography, how we understand the unseen world, heaven is not a perfect place right now. Right? I mean, the enemy could walk into the council chambers and call a meeting with God the Father.
Yeah, it says that he does. He's still the accuser.
Right. Job chapter 1, chapter 2. There it is, plain as day.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, we've been inoculated that this is about behaviorism. Don't do these things, and we're going to go to the good place. And what Jesus says is, I came to give you life to the fullest, and that starts right now. The kingdom of God is here. And you're right. I love to frame it in, we're just practicing for eternity. Yep. Like, I hear people, they complain about, certain, languages. Well, I don't want to listen to this because I don't understand the language. And you're going to hate eternity.
Yeah. All the different
ones. Yeah. You're not going to like the afterlife. You do realize that white English people are the minority on the planet and always have been. As a matter of fact, if you want to just do sheer number, there's going to be more people speaking Mandarin in eternity than any other language.
Or ancient Chinese, whatever that was. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like we gotta think through this, man. Like this isn't. And so saying all that to say, you're right. We are practicing for eternity, and we are. It will be perfect, and things will be much different than they are now, obviously. But that doesn't excuse us from let's just wait till it's perfect, then I'll engage. Yeah. Well, what kind of, I mean, that's like you see on Thanksgiving, all this stuff's being made and you just wait till it's all done. No, you trying it all through there. Let me get a little sample of that. Let me, that's why I have my fork.
Yep.
Right. You have no,
you got
people don't know the story.
Let me, oh, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
my fork tattoo. It just means to be ready. It means to be ready for the next thing that's coming. And I mean, I say the best is yet to come. That's what I say. But you know, that's what we should be doing with our gifts, our abilities. Again, 100% of what we have is God's. Right? It's not 10%. It's not 20%. It's 100. All that we are, physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, politically, everything about our lives really should fall under God's purview.
Yeah.
His will, not mine. His will, not mine. Jesus, who is God, said, "Not my will be done, Father, but yours."
Yeah.
And so, if Jesus needs that kind of surrender, I think about me and how savage I am. And again, I'm the worst sinner that I know on the planet. I really need to surrender. Like, I need extra doses of, okay, God, not my will, it's yours. Because there's certain things that I want to do or I want to accomplish or I want to see done. And that's just not, that just doesn't, it's not even in God's like view of what's important at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And
loving and serving one another, that's high on his priority list, loving and serving others.
through loving, serving, generosity, all these things that we've talked about is how the kingdom of heaven comes to earth. So let me do a little bit of kind of explanation here. So Jesus comes, he dies, and in his death, he defeats death, right? And
Right.
so he, in the story, when you hear what happened, all those who had gone before and were in the place that the Hebrews called Sheol, place of the dead, they are led out. So death no longer has a hold over them. But in his resurrection, what he proves is death no longer has a hold on him or us because he says so. So now death doesn't have a hold. This world, though, is still under the control of the evil one and those who follow him. But Jesus has won that battle, ultimately. Our goal is to carry out the message that has already taken place. That is, the kingdom of heaven has come. And the way that we do that is in those little pockets. We bring a little piece of the kingdom of heaven here, and we bring it here, and we bring it here. And we do that by serving. We do that by giving. We do that by gathering together and creating places where we worship God together. And so why do we do what we do? Because we are how God brings the kingdom of heaven to earth.
Yep.
And you may not have that as a reference for when you're gathering together on a Sunday morning, but we are like a little outpost of the kingdom. And then from that outpost, we are being sent out to our places where we live, work, and play to bring the kingdom of heaven into all those little places. Let's not forget why we do what we do. That's what the clarity, I just wanted to say all of that to say, we don't just serve in kids ministry to babysit kids. We don't just open doors to be friendly. We don't just, sing songs so that there's something to do. We do these things because of what I said. We are bringing the kingdom of heaven. And when you do those things, especially in a church like Next Level where people are showing up, they're not followers of Jesus yet. We have large numbers of people every Sunday that are not. You are bringing on a Sunday morning the kingdom of heaven into their life. They get to experience the kingdom, and then they go back out into the world where the kingdom principles don't apply.
Yep.
And if done well, the kingdom draws people unto itself. And that's kind of what our goal is. That's why we do what we do. So,
yep. I love it.
Yeah, man.
I'm all in, man. I love it.
So real quick before we leave here, this Sunday, we're kicking off a series called Under Pressure. And
Under pressure.
We've all sang the Queen David Bowie song. Actually, we put it in the bumper music. So all of us that are older, we're gonna love at least a bumper item.
Gen Xers unite.
Yes. And then, so the idea is we all are living now with a pressure that culturally we haven't experienced. I think we kind of, as a American culture, have gone through this every 60 to 80 years. There's been just this complete cultural overturn of things that happened, around the Civil War time. And then it happens again in the 20s, and then it happens again in the 60s. We haven't really seen anything like this since the 1960s, and it's creating a lot of pressure. There are voices from everywhere telling us we should do this, we should do that. You should, do this as a parent, and like there's just cultural upheaval everywhere, creating a lot of stress. And so we're going to look into scriptures in moments in time where there was a lot of pressure, and glean out of that, what can we do? Like, how do we get past that? And so we would love for you to come, invite a friend, a family, neighbor, someone where you live, work, and play, to come sit with you. It's going to be a highly relevant series, every Sunday in March, all the way through and leading up to Easter Sunday, which is the first Sunday in April. So we'd love for you to come hang out with us and do that.
And this Sunday's baptism, baby.
Yeah, this Sunday's baptism.
Let's go.
This Sunday's baptism, and next Sunday is time change. And I know you're like, oh, I don't want to lose an hour of sleep, but we get an extra hour in the evening. It will not be dark until after 7 o'clock, beginning next Sunday.
I love it.
So we're like, yes.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm with it too. Well, Christian, I appreciate you hanging out with us, and
yeah, man, always fun.
Your time is valuable. Hey guys, and we are looking forward to kicking off this new series. We'd love for you to come be part of the kingdom of heaven. Come celebrate with us.
That's right.
See you guys later.